Call on Yah Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakah Kadash. That it's all praises to the Most High in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the Paleo Hebrew. I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this Yipah truth and wrote well. And salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect Akim. I wanted to get these precepts that explore in the biblical concept of the reprobate minds of the 2/3, and it essentially goes into how their minds are broken, okay, to not be able to receive this truth or to discern judgment, okay. And as it says in the scriptures, these are made and taken to be destroyed, all right, that ultimately that they were born in vain, okay, and we're coming into a time where they're going to be repaid for all their blasphemies, all right, for all their idolatry and all their wickedness, man. And ultimately, and first and foremost, from their defiance and rebellion to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's likened to them to being, to them not being faithful, okay, unto a husband. Their infidelity, okay. What is that word? To be in the state of infidelity. Infidel. Infidel. Infidelis? Nah, no, that's not it, but Salak. The state of being unfaithful. Salakia. Of course, it's infidelity. Okay, but we know the different tenses of words, right? The tense that this word belongs to a person that is in the state of infidelity. Salakia. I'm going to find that word and go in on that. That's a heavy concept, man. Because that's what 2/3 is likening to them. Okay? And they're going to be fucking, what is the punishment for that? All right? For whoring off from your husband, man. They're going to be fucking put to death. Because it's likened to them being fucking inserted by the rods of other philosophy. Okay? So we're going to get these precepts and show. Essentially, this is talking about Jake being defective. These 2/3, man. They're fucking defective. All right? And those things on the assembly line, they get tossed the fuck out. And we're coming in that time. This is in 1 Timothy 4. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Okay, do we not see this from these other camps? And that they that are supposed to be about 100% truth now coming out of the illusion of the harlot houses. Okay, the deception coming out of that. We're supposed to now be completely 100% on point. Prophecy and the breakdowns of these scriptures. Okay. But ultimately, these motherfuckers are paid off. All right, by the devil. They're getting paid off to tweak their doctrines according to the devil's standards. Okay. And the 501c3 tax exemption status, contracts that they've signed off on and that they're under fucking heavy stipulations. Okay, that they have to operate within those damn parameters. Okay, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Okay, and how much more so? Well, it talks about the wickedness of them that use this something. Okay, deceptively. You see, which is what these other camps are doing, and not to mention these completely wicked, wayward ass niggas, the Bix and Tontos, right? That would have nothing to do with the Most High, or what they think. All right, their consciences are seared with a hot iron. Okay, and this is a parallel for having a reprobate mind, man. All right, let's check this word out in the blue letter. Let's check this out in 1 Timothy. Is that 1 or 4? Is that 1? Oh, Salakia, it must be 4. 1 through 4, right? This word is having seared with a hot iron. Ooh, Costerazo. Wow. Costeriazo. Okay, I don't know if that's heard on there. It's picked up. But you can see, man, that's heavy. Kind of a different form of cauterize, right? To mark by branding, to branded with their own consciences, whose souls are branded with the marks of sin. Okay. So this is also linked up with wickedness, man. And the all-out fucking indulgement, right? In wickedness and doing as thou wilt, which is the standard of this fucking world, man. And where the 2/3 are engaged in, just as the elect has the mark of exemption. Okay. What did it say to the others? They would have to have a mark as well, and they have a fucking target. All right, a goddamn reticle with a bullseye, man. Okay, for judgment, for destruction. Okay, the angels to fucking to pretty much to eliminate, man. Eliminate the targets. It says, who carry about with them the perpetual consciousness of sin. Okay. In the medical sense, to cauterize, removed by cautery. And that's likened it to something being numb as fuck. I've had a wound be cauterized before. Okay. And it literally makes that area completely fucking numb. Of course, after excruciating pain. Okay. Especially if you, without so-called pain meds, right? That they give you for that shit. To numb it and all that. Okay. Makes that shit fucking, it numbs it out. And that's what Jake is like, you being desensitized. This is like an old word term for you being desensitized. Okay. To the truth and to righteousness and to the Most High, ultimately. Okay. but this is also represented above that mark of, just as we have of exemption, which is that sawa, they have the mark of destruction. Okay? But it's likened unto them, their conscious, their mind. It's broken because they can't receive this truth. Okay? They're fucking defective. And we're going to get that. Let's continue on in Romans 1:28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. The Most High gave them over to that spirit, man. All right? Because ultimately, these ones, 2/3, and even these other camps, because ultimately they're just using this word for filthy lucre's sake. A lot of them for fucking clout and gain. No real man is gonna get up on a goddamn social media platform and flaunt and flaunt himself around on the different fucking social media websites, man. It's extremely effeminate, and he's doing it for what? For views, for which ultimately turn into monetary value, to fucking revenue. Okay, so it's for wicked gain, and then of course adulation for men. Okay, they want to be adulated, man. They're looking for adulation from men. It says obsequious, obsequious, flattery. It says excessive admiration or praise. That's what they want. They want to be fucking flattered. That's effeminate as fuck, man. That's what bitches do. Okay? It says, obsequious means obedient or attentive. Obsequious means obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. See, they want fucking subjects, man. They want fucking subjects, so they get their fucking glory and shit on this side. And of course, vainglory. Okay. So, let's check this. Okay. We're going to get that in Romans 1:28. But the ones in those camps fall in this category as well. All right. They're no different than these fucking these niggas, these 2/3 niggas that they're actually worse. Slakia, it says. The Most High would rather them be damn cold than that. And then it says this. Adokimos. All right. Not standing the test, not approved, properly used of metals and coins, that which does not prove itself such as it ought, unfit, unproved, spurious, a reprobate, okay, castaway, says, rejected, by implication, worthless. Wow, literally or morally, okay, a castaway, rejected, you see. So, just like it said in 2nd Esdras 9:22 about them that were pretty much born in vain, which are the multitudes of Jake. All right, and this because this first and foremost being a ballad to the nation of Israel, this entire book, All right. And if the majority of Jake, who the heathen follows like a fucking a lapdog, who damn they jock whatever Jake is doing, all right, like they study it like a fucking a lesson plan, man. All right, to get the different the ways to operate and shit, they follow Jake. All right. So you know that they're going to be, if the majority of Jake is in this way, they're going to be, fucking wicked. And of course, like it says, Esau is so the ruler is, so are the people. Okay. But a lot of what he gets, a wicked twist on it from Jake. All right. Because he puts Jake not only is more wise to do evil than the wicked, but he puts a damn salt twist to wickedness, man. All right. But these Jakes are likened to being defective, bro. Being rejected. Let's get that word defective. Okay, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind. And we'll get that word reprobate, defective. Imperfect or faulty. Okay. Inoperative, shoddy, non-functioning. Okay. It's broken. Okay. Warped. That's right. Let's get it in the origin. Lacking or deficient. Okay. And what are they deficient of? As we're going to read in the breakdown for reprobate, of judgment, of discernment. Okay. The etymology for defective. Wow. Shit. So to be defective, having a defect or flaw of any kind, inferior, in bad condition. Is this not 2/3 of the nation of Israel? Okay. It says it's likened to them, these angels that are blinding and deafening, blinding the eyes, deafening the ears, are preventing Jake from receiving this truth or even morality. It's rejecting Jake of even having morality. And if you don't have morality, you're fucking, you're damaged goods. Okay? And that's why Jake would get a lot of these Jakes that are present today wouldn't have made it out of adolescence. Okay? Not necessarily, right? Because with judgment comes correction. with putting fucking Jakes to death, if the laws were upheld, right? The laws of the statutes and commandments. Jake going off would get put to death, and it would pretty much it would allow for all these other Jakes to be corrected. Okay. It says to imperfect. It says to desert, to revolt, to fail. Okay. Down, away. Okay. Which is a segue into reprobate. We'll get the etymology, because they clown around with the fucking the Websters. It says reprobate, rejected as worthless. Did we not just read that in defective? Because when something is defective, there's no worth to something that is impaired and fucking broken. All right, that's what they do. They toss that hoe out on the assembly line. All right, or it has to be reconstructed completely. Okay. Really, defective shit is for real. It fucking just gets tossed the fuck out. It's just gonna go down with Jake. Okay. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are gonna die brutally on this side, but then their spirits are gonna be renewed in the kingdom. Okay, they're gonna get a renewed, eternal status in the kingdom. All right. It says disapprove, reject, condemn. All right. Meaning the opposite of or reversal of a previous condition. All right. And then probate, meaning to prove to be worthy. So it's saying to be the reverse slop, the opposite or reversal of being worthy. Okay. Because as an Israelite, we were made, that's why we're called the perfect and all these other terms. The pure, being the princes of the power. All right. So this is what you were, like it says, what was intended for your good is going to be for your evil. Going into 2/3 of Jake, rejecting this truth and righteousness, okay, which ultimately doing that is going to get you killed. What are the wages of that, right? So it says, there. So that's the pretty much the reversal of the law, statutes, commandments, which says are not grievous, right? But not performing them are grievous. The consequences are grievous. Okay, and of course you're not worthy to the Most High without, to an extent, to the best of your ability, absolutely. Performing the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability with faith, okay? All right, and obtaining faith and building that, all right? Reprobate as a noun, it says one rejected by the Most High, person given over to sin, an abandoned or unprincipled person, okay? This is a verb, to disapprove, reject, or condemn. It's exactly what goes into to being defective. A broken fucking mind. Or Jake. Okay. It says in Jeremiah 2:13, for our people committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Okay. So the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they have forsaken the Most High. All right. It's really, they can't even tame him in their minds. It's like we said. It's like we went into. All right. Their consciences are seared with the hot iron. It literally says, as defective, they're fucking broken. All right. It's worthless. This thing is useless at this point. All right. What's it say? Talk about these things that are made to be taken and destroyed. Just as them that are predestined to be of the elect, and them that are to be saved, there are them that are predestined for destruction. All right. And when you hew out a cistern, because what this is going into about, basically, a vessel for holding liquid is an analogy, is one of a frequently used analogies, okay, in the scriptures, that likens it unto you, something that you're holding that is not animate, or shall I say, that is not a physical thing. All right, it's an analogy for something that is not physical, right? For example, knowledge is not something that you touch and you hold and you can have and put it in your fucking lap, okay, right? It's something that's intangible. So, basically, this knowledge, this truth, is often likened into water, okay? Or a liquid likened into like oil, right? And then the vessel that holds the liquid, or should I say it like this, the vessel that holds the water or the oil that this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is likened into, the vessel for holding it is likened into your mind, all right? So you have these different words, like a cistern, you have bottles, right? When it talks about old bottles, it goes into a cup. I'm talking about my cup runneth over. These are all, and you go into it, but a cistern, all these things are a cup, a bottle, a vessel. These are all receptacles for holding liquid, all right? But what that really is do you have a cistern? Are they, because to hew out means to dig out, because those things, those pots, a pot or whatever, those different vessels for holding liquid, all right, were, how they were made, how they were crafted, is they were dug out, like you dig out the clay, all right, to craft that and form it into like a receptacle. All right, what's another term for that? A vessel, right? Receptacle is a container. Yeah, there you go. An object or space used to contain something. That's it. Right? So ultimately, your body is a receptacle for your spirit. Okay. Or hey, another way, your spirit is a receptacle for different spirits. Okay, different influences, different principalities. Okay, and you only come after two spirits, huh? Left or right. Okay. It's like a cask. Also, because they used to have like different casks of let's see. Yeah, a cask is like a fucking a large container. See, used for storing liquids. You see. Yeah, they used to be for like wine and shit like that, ale. You see. So is that a fucking cup that you have in your hand that stores the spirit, the living waters of the Most High? No. Okay. that's specifically going into your mind. All right. It's also in another place called your belly, which is also is this the which is really your mind. In that breakdown for belly, and the exact translation in the Greek for what's being used there, it means the seat of thought. All right, the innermost part of a man. That's where this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is stored. All right, this truth, the oil. All right, so it's in your mind. So Jake, it says they're broken cisterns. Their minds are broken. It's the same thing of having a reprobate mind and a conscience seared with hot iron, with a hot iron. Okay, and it's defective in as much as that they can't receive morality. They can't receive righteousness. This truth. Okay, the things of the Most High. Because ultimately it was blocked into them. Okay, it's a cold game of the Most High, man. It says, Deuteronomy 20 and 28. And ultimately, this is a part of that curse that's going to go away, all right? When Jake is in the kingdom, for a time, these them that are birthed from the loins of the first fruits, okay, which will be the 2/3 that perish, that's spoken of in Daniel, that will wake up to contempt, okay, and wake up to shame. All right, that's going to go away though when they're pretty much when their renewal is established. The full renewal of 2/3 is going to be established when they're birthed from the loins of the of the first fruits. Okay. But at this current moment, it's a part of the curses. Okay, and the ones that are gonna fall victim to that and be punished on this side is the majority of our nation, man. Okay, it says there's a wave to a drop. It's them that are gonna be destroyed to them that are gonna be saved. It says Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And that's what ultimately a reprobate mind is. A conscience seared with hot iron. All right, a broken fucking cistern, a broken mind. It's likening to you to being mad. All right, to be madness, to be that's what they used to lock people up for, so-called psychological disorders. And you could see them, like, they used to take a lot of footage of those people in those rooms, in those psych wards back in the day. See, and that's why this place is it's a madhouse, because you have all those people, a lot of those, a lot of the funding for countrywide for those psychological wards and institutions and facilities was cut. The funding was cut. So you have a lot of these crazy fucking people just walking around out here, man. Right? Or some that are kept up and cooped up and ready for fucking attack in that day. But hey, they're gonna go too to Jake. Listen, it's likened to Jake having a mental disorder. Okay, because isn't that what it is? Okay, you being defective, you having a broken sister and a broken mind, conscience seared with hot iron, a reprobate mind, okay, devoid of judgment. What else does it say? It says that you cannot pretty much navigate morality, okay? Because what is morality? Is the analogy, the Salakia, the connotation that is linked to is a compass, right? They call it having morality, they call it having a moral compass. And they say that because a compass gives you direction, tells you where the fuck to go and how to go. And this is pertaining to morality, where and how to go, how to navigate morally, okay? And people don't have that ability. It's likened unto you being fucking rejected, okay? Fucking defective, worthless, all right? What are some of those other fire terms? What are some of those other fire terms? It says to be faulty, okay? Inoperative, out of order, malfunctioned, deficient, all right? Broken, warped, all right? Unsound, all right? Not non-functioning, okay? That's it. That's the mental disorder. Yeah, but you see the state, going back to the footage of those psych wards, right? Back in the days, fucking in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, in America, and those motherfuckers, the people, those individuals with these different mental disorders, you could tell that their minds are broken, okay? You could tell that they're fucked up in the mind, and they can't operate and function, okay? This is Jake, okay? It's also referred to as a mental illness or a psychiatric disorder. It's a behavioral or mental pattern that causes significant distress or impairment of personal functioning. Okay. So what does this reprobate mind cause Jake to do? It's caused him to to malfunction, to not work properly, to constantly go off and just be a fucking demon and just be wicked. Look at these niggas in these other camps, these wicked fucking niggas, despite all the rebuke and the reproof and attempt at correction from the apostles and elders on down. Constant, all right, that's going out from the Great Millstone and from other camps, because you even have other camps that are following after us, after the likeness of Great Millstone, that are cursing these fucking camps out, and even any that of the hopeful elect that can easily, that the Most High, I should say, has unlocked to see these things, okay? Who that are really sincere, the true hopeful elect, that are cursing these fucking other camps out for their shenanigans, man. All right? And even still, they still go in that way of wickedness, man. A mental disorder is also characterized by a clinically significant disturbance in an individual's cognition, emotional regulation, or behavior. Okay? It's usually associated with distress or impairment in important areas of functioning. Okay? which is exactly the state of these of that house, of that fucking that degenerate plant. And that's another pretty much um, that is a parallel, another precept. Okay, it's a link up to the reprobate mind. Okay, the broken cistern, the conscience seared with the hot iron. All right, and it's going to be remedied through destruction. Okay. So with that, all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Lakak, Kadash.